Emotion!
This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond. Hey, this is Actar and you're watching another episode of Actar's Figure Reviews. Today we'll be taking a look at the next Figma figure to be released, and that is Figma Signum Barrier Jacket version. Signum first made her appearance in the second season of the Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha franchise, Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Ace, and later went on to star in the third season of the franchise as well, Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Strikers. I personally believe that the box should have said Ace instead of Strikers, because first and foremost, Signum made her first appearance in Ace, and the second season also portrayed her character so much better than the third season. She was made out to be so much more badass, and she received a ton more character development. Besides, all the accessories that are included with this figure are actually already featured in Ace, and I personally believe that the second season is so much more better than the third season. But it's my personal opinion, and well, personal bias aside, let's take a look at the box of this Figma figure. As you can see, the box keeps in tradition with the previous Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha figures, in the sense that it is square. The extra space is to accommodate all the accessories that are jam-packed with this figure, and I absolutely love it when they include a lot of accessories. The box itself features a purple and black and blue color scheme. Over here in the front window display, we have a printed Belka magic circle. At the background, we see a nice afternoon sky, if I'm not mistaken. Figma number 39, Signum Barrier Jacket version. And at the side of the box, we can see Figma Signum posing with a sword Leavantine. So at the back of the box, like all the other Figma figures, we actually get to see a collage of pictures featuring Signum in various dynamic poses, wielding all of her accessories. Other than that, there's pretty much nothing else I can say about the box itself, so let's open it up and take a look at the contents inside. And here we have Figma Signum in her plastic packaging, and as you can see, all the accessories are once again laid out really neatly, and I absolutely love the clamshell design of the plastic packaging. It eliminates the needs of twist ties. So aside from that, nothing much else to comment on this, and let's open it up and take a look at the figure itself. So here we have Figma Signum, one of the 4 Belka type knights that was created by the Book of Darkness to protect their master, Yagami Hayate. And just look at that, it looks absolutely gorgeous. She is really nicely represented here in figure form, and it looks absolutely accurate to the original animated counterpart. I really love the white, pink and silver color scheme of her barrier jacket, and that really pulls off a look that makes her both menacing and graceful at the same time. I'm going to let the figure speak for itself for a second and just take a look at the details of this figure. So now, before we take a look at the figure in closer detail in terms of its articulation, let's take a look at the accessories this figure comes with. So what is Signum without her intelligent device? And so here we have the first accessory that is provided, and that is Leavantine in its sword form. It is really detailed and well painted for something that is so small. To actually fit the sword onto a hand, you actually have to remove the end of the sword to slide the handle into a hand. So aside from that, the scabbard for Leavantine is also provided here. To actually place Leavantine in the scabbard, all we have to do is just simply slide it in. So when Signum powers up Leavantine, it becomes engulfed in flames. To replicate that, an alternate blade is provided that features Leavantine engulfed in flames, of course. So to change the blade, we simply remove the original one and replace it. Simple enough. And here we have a Leavantine engulfed in flames. The material that they use for the flames pulls the look off, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And the next accessory that's provided is by far the best accessory that I've ever seen included with any Figma figure, and that is this. Once this is attached to the handle of Leavantine, we can actually see that it is replicated here in its also known as snake form. Leavantine's blade actually splits up and becomes this chain link version that can extend to an infinite length. As you can see, this wire is actually made of a bendable metal wire that you can use to bend and pose this long chain link blade, the snake form of Leavantine, in any way you want, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Wow, I'm so surprised that they included this. And of course, the length of this, to get the entire thing in camera, you actually have to bend it in half. If we take a DS Lite to it, we can see that it's about twice the length of a DS Lite, and that is really long. And last but not least, the final form of Leavantine, Signum combines Leavantine with its scabbard to produce its final form, which is this. It's or bow form. Pearly white material really makes this accessory for the win, and it's once again huge. And of course, to attach the two pieces together, you need to use this handle piece, but before that you actually have to slide the hand into this handle piece to complete the bow form. And to be posed with the bow form, the last weapon accessory that is included is the arrow for Leavantine. And this will actually fit onto a specified exchangeable hand so that Signum can aim her arrow with Leavantine in bow form at any of her enemies. So that's about it for the weapons of Leavantine, and that itself is really exceedingly impressive, but also provided is an exchangeable hairpiece that has Signum's fringe blowing in the opposite direction, and also provided is an exchangeable face piece that has her looking sideways in a battle-ready expression. The usual accessories that are included with this figure are of course the Figma base and the Figma 3-jointed stand, and provided here is also a whole host of exchangeable hands that allows Signum to hold Leavantine in any of its forms. A Figma Ziploc bag is included, and this is exceedingly handy when you have a ton of figures and a ton of accessories to organize. So bringing back the figure, let's take a look at the articulation of this Figma figure. So first of all, the head is on a ball joint, full range of motion there, no problems whatsoever. The hair strand is articulated and it's on a ball joint that can be posed freely. We can also see that over here there is a swivel joint that allows you to turn the hair one more time. So 2 points of articulation in the hair itself. We can see that below her chest there is a ball joint, and you can turn left, right, up, down, full range of motion there. For the arms, forwards, backwards, in and out. For the elbows, forwards, backwards, and slightly side to side. Her hands are on ball joints and can move forwards and backwards and turn left and right. She also features a waist joint that is just at her waist itself, of course, and you can turn left and right, forwards and backwards slightly, but due to this skirt piece, it actually limits the articulation. In terms of leg articulation, forwards, backwards, in and out, you can actually rotate side to side, and her knees can move forwards and backwards, her feet can move forwards and backwards, side to side, and this way, side to side as well. So in terms of articulation, it's pretty much the same as all other Figma figures, and the articulation is of course outstanding. Some things to note about this figure is that the barrier jacket over here and the 2 sleeves of the barrier jacket are made of soft PVC so that they don't hinder movement. This front piece is also made of soft PVC, but the skirt piece is actually made of hardened PVC. It is really hard for me as a figure reviewer to convey my excitement to you guys, but really, I'm really impressed by this Figma figure line. They keep on impressing me, and Figma Signum is a fantastic addition to the Figma figure line that shows us what Figma figures are all about. They are figures with fantastic details, great articulation, a ton of accessories, and of course, they look exactly like the original animated counterparts, which is one of the very important considerations for me when I purchase a figure. So it was entirely possible for Max Factory, a good small company, to include 1 or 2 accessories, or 1 or 2 of the forms of Leavantine, but they went out of their way to include all the forms of Leavantine and also make them as great as possible. For instance, just take a look at Leavantine's snake form. It is definitely one of the best accessories that are included with a Figma figure. I mean, a bendable wire that can allow you to pose it any way you want. They did a really great job on this figure, and I'm thoroughly impressed. And this makes me so much more excited for the rest of the Figma Belka Knights like Shamal and Vita that will be coming out. I was so happy when they announced that the younger versions of Fate and Nanoha will be turned into Figmas as well. So once again, great figure, great accessories, a ton of play value, great articulation. Pick this figure up if you have the chance. And this is Zaxa saying, see you guys in the next episode.